I believe I'm joined with Whiskey Qualson.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Thank y'all for being on the show.
Oh, thanks for having us.
All right. So before I get to the questions, you know, having a duo or a group on the show, I like to do like a roll call, so that the listeners that's listening right now or those that's gonna listen to the replay know who's in this call. So introduce yourselves and what role do y'all play in the duo?
All right, good then.
Hey, I'm Tina Marie from Whiskey Crossing. I'm the lead.
And I am Andrew Gallagher from Whiskey Crossing, and I play the guitar and sing background vocals.
All right, well, welcome you both to the show. Appreciate y'all both for being here. A big shout out to Nashville Entertainment Weekly, to Jill and her dedication of getting her artists out there. Appreciate Jill as always. She is so incredible. Um, so how are y'all been holding low with these quarantine times that you're in?
Yeah, it's been pretty tough. Not gonna lie. We got so used to doing what we do. Week by week, we're playing 4 to 5 shows a week. And it's like all of a sudden everything just stopped. And then when it came to recording our that piece, we had started that pretty much right before the quarantine happened. So that's extremely trying to get the band together when we're not supposed to be together. But things are starting to open up little by little up here. So we're getting there.
So this record that you are referring to is Risk Rises, a full song EP just came out. Is available on all digital music platforms. Um, Talk about what this EP and what made y'all decide to name it Whiskey Rises.
Yeah. Well, Tina much for all the songs on the EP, so I'll let her talk.
We wanted to write an album that really like who we are as musicians, because we cover a lot of music, and from classic rock to country rock and roll like Jason Aldean and original country. But we started out as a Christian rock band, and that's when you sing Christian rock music, you have all the genres smashed into one, really, and Andrew's friends with the band Thursday and stuff. So we wanted to take all influences and kind of, give the world what we are and what we do, when we play live shows. So we wrote some things that were meaningful to us. Whiskey Rises is kind of like, Whiskey Crossing is now going to, rise up. We're going to show the world basically what we have. So it has a sentimental meaning to it. And the song on the album, Whiskey Rises, I actually wrote right at the end when we were recording the album. It was quickly written and thrown in there because it's actually about coming out of COVID-19 and that we will all be together and, no matter what happens, we'll all have each other. So it was a lot of fun to put together, and we're pretty proud of it.
Whiskey Rises, the name of the EP. Whiskey Qualson is the name of the duo. Whiskey Rises is available on all digital music platforms. Now, obviously, with this pandemic affected all types of artists not being able to do shows or being limited to doing shows. So the best way you can do to help is buy their merch and stream their music and purchase their music as well. So spread the word about it. Go spread the word about it. And don't just keep the good music to yourselves. Just share it with people. Spread the word. Let people know. Oh, I heard this EP from Whiskey Qualson. You gotta give it a listen. They're awesome. They bring a depth to music. So go give it a listen. And like you said, with this pandemic is happening, we will get through this. somehow. It's just somehow, some way. It's just America. We in the early stages, pretty much. Even we're here and there, but we'll get through it
Well,
somehow.
it's a big deal for people like you playing our music out there and helping us get it out there. So a huge thank you to you for having us on here today and, helping get our music out there. So hopefully our band can stay alive and stay afloat and keep everybody entertained from safe social distances.
Pretty much. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate Jill telling me about y'all. And
She's the best.
she's incredible. So, with Nashville Weekly, I said this many times that I've interviewed their artists. They are a promoting machine. Every
Oh,
time
yeah.
every time I'm on social media, mostly Facebook, I go through my Facebook feed. There's a lot of stuff out there, good and bad, obviously. Represents good. And with Jill,
Yeah.
she promotes everybody, every artist that she has, whether upcoming interviews or just songs being played on certain stations. She's got a image for everything. Interviews,
Oh, yeah.
real play, everything. And that it just shows how invested she is into her artists. What's it like?
Well, I was kind of afraid when this whole COVID stopped. I kind of had myself a little breakdown. I started crying. I was like, oh, my gosh, what am I going to do? Because we've played so many live shows all the time, and I didn't know how we were going to keep ourselves afloat and out there. And when I reached out to Jill, she's been, a godsend to us. And we couldn't have done any of this with the album without her. And, she's kind of stuck with us because I can't live without Jill.
Jill is, she, she, whenever you need a song or interview, you even got to say the word. She got you. Like when I started networking with Jill, I was like, okay, she got some artists, and I'll bring them on the show. We make it happen, and I get tagged, and I looked in she got these flyers posted. she got she is like on top of everything. So
she sends me a full itinerary of where I need to be, what I need to do, when I got to do it. She's phenomenal.
yes, so look, all artists could need a Jill.
Well, they can't have her because I'm an expert.
Yeah. Well. Sorry, y'all. but yeah, Whiskey. They got Jill. And trying to take her away because it's just pretty much. But the Jill,
She's so good.
she's awesome. So y'all talked about playing like all types of music, covers and everything. As far as musical influences, who inspire y'all as musicians, whether it's mainstream artists, local artists, independent artists, who inspire y'all as musicians?
At a young age, I was inspired by Stevie Nicks because of her writing. I always loved how she told these stories in such a different way, than everybody else. So I've always really been fascinated by her. And I know it's not country music, but that's what encouraged me to be a songwriter. And actually, Joan Jett's the reason I picked up a guitar. So a lot of rock and roll really influenced me. And then as country music started to morph a little bit, I really started latching on to artists like, Miranda Lambert, because her and I were the same age, and, stuff like that. So that's the kind of stuff that helped me grow. But Andrew has a completely different list of influences.
Yeah. So growing up, I was pretty heavily involved in the church team. At my church, one of my favorite bands is a band called Third Day, which I'm sure plenty of people know them. They've been my biggest influence, and I was pretty much their biggest fan growing up, and I was blessed enough to get to meet them later on in life, and sort of become friends with them. And they've helped me a lot, as far as music goes, and they're just awesome people in general. Someone to look up to in all aspects, not just music. So for me, Third Day is definitely my biggest influence for sure.
Definitely have the musical differences, but y'all click, y'all make it work somehow. Pretty awesome, at least ability. It shows in the shows that y'all perform, and it shows in this EP that y'all have released. So definitely we'll be giving Whiskey Rises a listen. Sure, definitely, and I'll definitely, once I get a new desktop, definitely gonna be playing some more music on here. So I'll definitely make sure to add Whiskey Rises in the rotation somewhere. Definitely
Thank
will.
you so much. We appreciate that.
Definitely will make sure that's taken care of. You can check out Whiskey Crossing on their website, whiskeycrossing.com. The social media links, music forms, old music, new music. Definitely help these artists out in these times. Purchase their music, buy their merch if you can, if you're financially able to. It was great having you both on the show. Appreciate you both. Thank you for your time, and continued success, and be safe out there, and look forward to chatting with y'all again in the future.
Well, if somebody likes the song Whiskey Rises after they hear it and they can't afford to buy it due to the pandemic, if they want to give us an email at whiskeycrossing@gmail.com, we would be glad to send them a free download.